Hey guys, Rowan from Study TV. One of the common questions I'm often asked in both one-to-one mentoring sessions and in workshops and presentations is, how can I boost my memory retention? And I guess probably to explain this answer effectively, what you need to understand is how your brain works. So what I'm going to do in this short video is actually run through very simply and hopefully very clearly how your brain works when it comes to memory retention. So, how does your brain work? Basically, we all have billions of brain cells, and every time we take a new activity, be it something as simple as walking, an electrical impulse will jump from one brain cell to the other. And that electrical impulse is called a synaptic connection. The more times we do a particular activity, the more connections pass between brain cells, and what that does is create a pathway, and that pathway is your memory. The fatter and the larger the pathway, the better your memory recall becomes. The less and the skinnier, therefore, the weaker it is. So to illustrate with walking, you've been walking since you were a young child. So as a result, the amount of synaptic connections that have passed between your brain cells have been, in the millions. So as a result, you've now got a very, very large highway between your brain cells so that you can walk without thinking. To illustrate this example in the sporting arena, often if you play a sport, your coach will get you to do basic drills like passing a ball, kicking a ball, shooting, whatever it may be. And you'll have to do it over and over and over again. And the key here as well is to develop a pathway of synaptic connections between your brain cells so that when you're in a game, a real situation, you don't have to think. You can, without thinking, make the shot, make the pass, make the shot on goal and score. So as a result, when it comes to building memory, even in a schooling environment, the key is to actually build those synaptic connections between your brain cells. And the most simple and basic way to do this is repetition. You've definitely heard the proverb, practice makes perfect. Your mother or father have probably told it to you. And the reality is that that proverb is true. Practice will make perfect. The more you repeat something, the larger that pathway between your two brain cells will become. The key though is that certain tasks will build your pathway quicker than other tasks. And so it's not simply about repeating any old task, it's about repeating tasks that will actually build your memory retention very, very quickly. So, really quick summary, memory is simply synaptic connections between brain cells, and it can be built through repetition. The key is building repetition into your study, but you need to repeat certain types of tasks. To find out what types of tasks you should be repeating when you study, stay tuned for another video that will be coming on the site shortly. If you have any questions about how your memory works, post them below in the comments, or shoot me an email via the contact form. Also, please make sure you subscribe. Over the next year, we'll be having over 300 videos uploaded with interviews of top performing students who explain how they excelled academically. Until next time, cheers.